Each week we take time in our service to talk about generosity, how we can faithfully steward the resources that God has given us through tithe and offering for his mission, like being disciples that make disciples. And 1 week out of each month, we like to highlight some of the different missions efforts that we are a part of around the world. Because God has called us not just to make disciples here locally in South Seattle, but also to be a part of what he's doing around the world, right? Like it says in the Great Commission, go and make disciples of all nations. And we may not be able to go to all of the nations, but we can certainly support those who are called. And so I want to share about one of our faith missions focuses, one of our partners, and that is Sister Connection. And Sister Connection is working in Burundi with different women who have been widowed due to war. And it's helping them in a few different ways. And I've got a couple graphics here that share a bit about what they do. So some of the things that they do, they provide homes, providing shelter for these women. Also providing them, with just some of the basic financial needs. But on top of that, helping them learn a trade, helping them learn how to run a business, how have their own sort of micro enterprise. And then they help support and give towards that. And I was looking at their website, and for $1,500, over a course of 3 years, it's able to help a widow essentially get onto her feet and become financially sustained and to have a business and have a roof over their heads. And so we as a church have pledged $1,200. That is part of the $7,000 faith promise that we set out for 2021. And half of that money, $3,500, comes from our church budget. The other $3,500 comes from the generosity of people like you that are a part of Oasis. So I just think it's important to share, here's some of the stories. Here's how God is using us to make a difference. And let me tell you, the $1,200 that we have pledged to support Sister Connection is absolutely making a difference in the life of widows as they come out of places of deep brokenness and find sustainability, find hope in Jesus, but also find a way forward for them and for their families. So thank you for your faithful and continued giving, Oasis.